Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It is March the 31st, 2018. It's Florida Derby Day from Gulfstream Park, and it's the final prep in Florida for the Kentucky Derby, which comes up in about 5 weeks' time, and I can't wait for that. It's an excellent card of racing from Gulfstream. I'm going to look at all the stakes races, including the Florida Derby, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Today I'll be looking at races from France, England, America, and the Middle East from Dubai. I could look at the races from Australia, but personally I can't find a really good form guide to really give out honest selections, so I'm not going to do that. But everywhere else in the world you'll find selections for today. But let's get on to it. We have a lot of races to look at. Going to look at all the stakes races. Races 4, 5, 8, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Races 4, 5, 8, 11 through 14. Race 14 is featured. It's the Grade 1 Florida Derby. So let's get on to it. Starting off race number 4 from Gulfstream Park, which is the 4th running of the Cutler Bay Stakes. Purse $150,000. It's for 3-year-olds here. Field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters, if you want to go by that, or 1 mile on the Gulfstream Park turf course. The rail's at 0 feet, so they'll be using the inner portion of the turf course, so just keep that in mind. And I show the diagram. Just gives me a second to look down at my notes. Sorry. Can't do two things at the same time. I'm a moron. My top pick in this race, I like the number 5 horse here. Number 5, Nipawa. I'm going to go 5-1-4-3 in the superfecta. 5-1-4-3 super. Top pick number 5, Nipawa. 6-1, 3-year-old colt by Scat Daddy. Bred in Ontario. Tyler Gaffleone gets on this one for Marquesi. This horse's most recent outing came about 4 weeks ago now. 3rd of March here at Gulfstream. Mile and 1/16th in the Grade 3 Palm Beach Stakes. This horse finished 5th by 3 lengths that day, and really just didn't have a great, late move that day. It just wasn't his day to win. It was just a weird race. He should have really improved, but he didn't. Before that, on the 27th of January at Gulfstream, mile 16th, main special weight 53,000. This horse won by 2 1/4 lengths that day. Broke from about mid-pack, stalked that day from mid-pack, and got the lead and took off clear. Very nice victory at the end for this horse. An all-around great race. And then the 5th of November at Woodbine, mile 8th in the Coronation Futurity. This horse finished 2nd by 2 lengths. Set about mid-pack, had a good turn of foot at the end, just missed, but it wasn't a bad run. I like his running style in this race, sitting just off the tracking pair. He should do well. His last race, maybe he needed that race for the first time against Stakes Company on turf, but he like I said, he's been training well. Also, his most recent workout, 23rd March at Palm Meadows, he had a 4-furlong workout on the turf in 46-3, best workout 31. So he's rearing to go. He's a good poster. He gets Tyler Gaffleone up. I'm gonna take my chances with him at 6-1 in this, I think, very wide open race. I do think the favorites are a little vulnerable in this spot, so watch out. So to recap my bets for the 4th from Gulfstream, it's the 4th running of the Cutler Bay Stakes. Gonna go with the 5 horse Nipawa. Gonna go 5-1-4-3 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Gulfstream Park. The 5th race, it's the 4th running of the Sanibel Island Stakes. Purse $150,000. It's your fillies, 3-year-olds. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the Gulfstream Park turf course. This time the rail's at 72 feet, so they'll be using the outer portion of the turf course, so just keep that in mind. My top pick in this race, I like the number 1 horse here, number 1 Amertume. I'm going to go 1-8-2-5 in the superfecta, 1-8-2-5 super. Top pick number 1 Amertume, 3-1. Top Pletcher trains this 3-year-old filly by Tappet. Jean Velazquez gets the leg up. Most recent start for this horse came the 3rd of March, so that was about 4 weeks ago now. Gulfstream Park, mile 16th in the Grade 3. Here comes the bride. This horse finished 2nd by 1 3/4 lengths, and only her first start against Stakes Company horses. This horse had a very good 2nd place finish. Was a little bit wide, but really, had a decent turn of foot at the end. Just missed, but it was a very good run. Dare I say, maybe a little bit better than her start before, where she won. Her start before, on the 27th of January at Gulfstream Park, mile 16th, main special weight 53,000. That was the first race on Pegasus Day. This horse won by half length. Was way out early, but closed up well at the end. But she just didn't look right closing up when she got the victory. She just, she just looked a little, lost getting the victory. Like I said, I do think the Here Comes the Bride, the second place finish, was a lot better than that victory race, which you don't hear a lot, but it was. But I think in the small, compact field, sitting a little bit closer, she can run a big one. She's been training at the top Pletcher base at Palm Beach. 4-4 workout in the dirt in 51 and 1/5 of a second. 17th best workout 30, and 2 weeks ago 4-4 workout in 51 flat. The first work since the Here Comes the Bride. Just wanted to get her legs moving. I like her in the spot 3-1. I would single this horse to end off the early pick 5, so watch out. So to recap my bets for the 5th race from Gulfstream, it's the 4th running at Sanibel Island. Gonna go with the 1 horse Amertume. Gonna go 1-8-2-5 in the superfecta. So now we're gonna head on to race number 8 from Gulfstream Park. The 8th race, it is the 71st running of the Gulfstream Park Hard Acre Mile. It's the Gulfstream Park handicap, basically. It's a grade 2 race going for a purse $300,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 6 horses going the 1,600-meter trip, or 1 mile on the main track at Gulfstream. 1 turn mile, 1,600 meters. Top pick in this race, I like the number 2 horse, Always Dreaming, the return of the Derby winner from last year. I do think he should run well. Personally, I did have him in the Derby, but I always thought of him being a good 1-turn miler. And I do think he should run well in this one. I'm going to go 2-6-4-1 in the superfecta, 2-6-4-1 super. Top pick number 2, Always Dreaming. 9-5, 4-year-old colt by Boaty-Meister. John Velasquez gets on this one. This horse's most recent outing came in late August at Spa. Saratoga, 26th of August, mile and a quarter in the grade 1 Travers. This horse finished 9th by 18 lengths that day. Was just tracking the leader that day, who was West Coast, early on, and then just kind of hit the wall out of it. Just wasn't his day to win. Before then, the Jim Dandy at Saratoga, mile and 8th on July 29th. This horse finished 3rd by 5 1/4 lengths and set the pace early on, but again, just hit the wall. Good Samaritan closed up from nowhere to get the victory. And he had a great run that day, and he had a great run last week in the Louisiana Handicap, or whatever, the New Orleans Handicap last week at Fairgrounds. But this horse, it just wasn't his day to win off the layoff. And then the Preakness at Pimlico, mile 3/16, May the 20th. He was expected to run a big one. I expected him to run a big one, shall I say. And he finished 8th by 14 lengths. He set the pace early on. He might have went a little bit too fast early, and he just hit the wall completely. Just wasn't his day to win. But he won the Kentucky Derby last year on a sloppy going very easily by 2 3/4 lengths, quickened up nicely, and was driving at the end. A very easy victory. And a year ago, he won the Florida Derby very easily also. He's a nice horse here. Like I said, I always thought of him as a 1-turn miler. He's getting the 1 turn today. Watch out for him off the layoff. So to recap my bets for the 8th from Gulfstream, it's the 71st running of the Gulfstream Park Hard Acre Mile. Gonna go with the 2 horse, Always Dreaming. Gonna go 2-6-4-1 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 11 from Gulfstream Park. The 11th race, it's the beginning of a late pick 4 from Gulfstream, and it's an all-stakes pick 4, which is even nicer. The 11th race from Gulfstream, it's the 33rd running of the Honey Fox Stakes, grade 3 purse, $250,000. It's your fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 10 horses here, going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters, if you want to go by that, or 1 mile on the Gulfstream Park turf course. The rails at the 0 feet, so they'll be using the inner portion of the turf course, so just keep that in mind. 1,600 meters, 1 mile, a very wide open race to start off this pick 4. I'm going to go 4 deep. I'm going to use, as a top pick, I'm going to use the 6 horse Grizel. I'm going to go 6-10-2-4 in the superfecta, 6-10-2-4 super. I'm going to use all 4 of those horses in my pick 4, but my top pick number 6 Grizel. 10-1, 4-year-old filly by Kodiak. Luis Saez is on this one. This horse's most recent outing came on the 3rd of March, Gulfstream Park, 1 mile in the Sand Springs, the local prep race for this race. This horse finished 2nd by 3 lengths that day behind Team of Teams, who's running back in this one. This horse just sat 2nd most of the race and, closed up a little bit at the end, but I think she needed that race. Also, she didn't have the best of starts at the beginning, but I think 2nd off the layoff, getting the same distance of ground, she should run a lot better. Before that, the 15th of October at Woodbine Monmouth in the Ontario Derby, this horse finished 7th by 9.5 lengths. She faced the boys that day, and she just really never got into it, never was there, just wasn't her day to win. And then the Canadian Stakes at Woodbine Monmouth, September the 16th. This horse finished 4th by 4 lengths that day. A very tough race. That's one of the toughest races, I think, on turf and at Woodbine during the whole year. But, this horse just finished 4th that day. She really never got there. It wasn't her day to win. And then the Ontario Colin at Woodbine, 1 mile on the EP Taylor Turf Course, 27th of August. This horse finished 2nd by 1.25 lengths. Closed up well at the end, just missed, but it wasn't a bad run. But, her race here, her races on this turf course have been nicely run, I think. She should have run well here today. I like her, but like I said, this is a very wide open race, so I'm going to go very deep in this one. She's also had a really good workout at Palm Meadows a few weeks ago, so watch out for this one here today. So to recap my bets for the 11th from Gulfstream Park, it's the 33rd running of the Grade 3 Honey Fox. Gonna go with the 6-horse Grizzle. Gonna go 6-10-2-4 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 12 from Gulfstream. The 12th race, it's the 48th running of the Gulfstream Park Oaks Grade 2, purse $300,000. It's fillies are 3-year-olds. Field of 13 horses, going the distance of ground of 1,700 meters, if you want to go by that, or 1 mile and 1/16 on the Gulfstream Park main track. They'll be using the first finish line, the 16th pole finish line, so you have a very short run to the first turn. Just keep that in mind. My top pick in this race, and a single in the pick 4, my top pick, the 5-horse Daisy. I'm going to go 5-3-9-6 in the superfecta, though. 5-3-9-6 super. Top pick number 5, Daisy, 9-2. 3-year-old filly by Blame. Jean Velasquez gets leg up for John Service. This horse's most recent outing came about 6 weeks ago now, or actually almost 7 weeks ago now, at Tampa Bay, mile 40 yards, 10th of February, in the Suncoast Stakes. This horse finished 2nd by 3/4 in length. It was her first start in quite a few weeks, in 2.5 months, and she definitely needed the race. She just sat mid-pack most of the race, was a little bit wide. She just really, she needed that race a lot, I think. Before that, on the 2nd of December here in New York at Aqueduct Monmouth in the Grade 2 Demoiselle, she finished 4th by 8.25 lengths. She set the pace early on, didn't just kind of hit the wall at the quarter pole. Wonder got it. Very nice Marcassi horse, just closed up well and had a going away victory. This horse just wasn't catching her that day. And then in the attempted at Aqueduct, 1 mile November 3rd, this horse won by 4.75 lengths. Was the best horse by a mile, 5-2. Just took off clear. This horse has a good post draw from the inside here at Gulfstream, going a mile 16th. She has that speed or the stalking position which you really need, and I do think she could go away with it. And also she's coming into this race very nicely. She has some very nice workouts. 9-2. I'll take my chances with her. We know 9-2 is not the best prices, but to recap my bets for the 12th from Gulfstream, it's the 48th running of the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks. Gonna go with the 5-horse Daisy. I'm gonna go 5-3-9-6 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 13 from Gulfstream. The 13th race, it's the featured turf event of the afternoon. The 13th, it's the 57th running of the Pan American Stakes. Grade 2, purse $250,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 9 horses here. 9 horses going the 2,400 meter trip, if you want to go by that, or 1 mile and 1.5 on the Gulfstream Park turf course. Rails at 0 feet, so just keep in mind it is the inner portion of the turf course, 2,400 meters. Top pick in this race, hopefully I don't lose my voice, feel like I'm losing it. My top pick in this race, I like the number 7 horse here, Bigger Picture. Gonna go 7-8. 3-4 in the superfecta, 7-8-3-4 super. Top pick number 7, Bigger Pitcher, 6-1. The 7-year-old gelding by Badge of Silver. Jose Ortiz is on this one from Mike Maker. This horse's most recent outing came on the 28th of January at Sam Houston, 1.5 miles in the John Connolly Stakes. This horse won by a length that day. Just tracked the leading pairs that day. Got the lead and then took off clear. Very nice, easy victory that day. Major improvement off her start before, or his start before against Tougher in the Bruce Cup turf at Del Mar, 1.5 miles November the 4th. This horse finished 12th by 10.75 lengths. The closest this horse got to the pace was 5 lengths off of it. Just really weakened out of it. It wasn't his day to win against those tougher horses. And then before that, 26th of August, Saratoga mile and a half in the Grade 1 Sword Dancer. This horse finished third by half length. Sadler's Joy, who won that day, is running back in this one today, also had a great turn of foot. This horse, was at the finish line, an all-out finish, but she just couldn't get the head out. But it just wasn't her day to win. And then the Bowling Green at Saratoga Mile 3/8, July 29th. Horse finished second by a neck, got caught right before the wire, but she ran her heart out that day. And then before that, she won the United Nations very easily, or he won his United Nations very easily. This horse's record on this turf course is 1-0. Ran the McDermott last year and finished fourth after not getting a good trip. But this year, I think this horse is coming through this race a little bit better. Should definitely get the distance. I like this one here today. 6-1. I'll take my chances in a multi-race wager now. Like the pick 4, which I'll be playing. I'll definitely use the 7-horse bigger picture, and I'll use the 8-horse Sadler's Joy also. And I'll probably use the 3-horse High Happy also. I think he could get a piece of it, and probably his odds might go up in this race, and you could probably get some good value with him. So to recap my bets for the 13th from Gulfstream Park, it's the 57th running of the Grade 2 Pan American. Gonna go with the number 7 horse here, bigger picture. Gonna go 7-8-3-4 in the superfecta. 7-8-3-4 super. 7-8-3 for me in the pick 4. So now to get on to race number 14. The 14th race is the featured of the afternoon from Gulfstream Park, and it's the featured of the championship meet. The 14th race, it's the 67th running of the Florida Derby, Grade 1 purse, $1 million. It's for 3-year-olds here. Field of 9 horses going the distance of ground of 1,800 meters, or 1 mile and 1/8, which is 1 lap around the Gulfstream Park main track. 1,800 meters, 1 mile and 1/8. My top pick in this race, I like the number 6 horse here, Catholic Boy. I'm going to go 6-1-8-7 in the superfecta. 6-1-8-7 super. Top pick number 6, Catholic Boy. He'll be used on my pick 4, and I'm going to use the 1-horse Strike Power on my pick 4 also. I'm going to go too deep in this race, but my top pick number 6, Catholic Boy, 7-2. I ride Ortiz Jr.'s on this Jonathan Thomas trained 3-year-old colt by More Than Ready. This horse's most recent outing came about 7.5 weeks ago, on the 10th of February at Tampa Bay. Mile 16th in the Grade 3 Sam F. Davis. This horse finished second by half length that day. Was a little bit wide, but was coming up at the end, just missed. But it wasn't a bad run off a layoff. Before that, the 2nd of December at at Aqueduct, mile and 8th in the Grade 2 Remsen. This horse won by 4 3/4 lengths and sat about mid-pack that day, but had a great turn of foot at the top of the lane and just took off clear. A very nice victory for this horse that day. And then the 3rd of November at Del Mar, 1 mile Breeze Cup Juvenile Turf. They started this horse on turf to start his career, and I don't think his turf races were they're okay, but they weren't great like his dirt races. He finished 4th that day in the Breeders' Cup, but he just didn't have the best of trips. It was a little bit traffic trouble. It just wasn't his day to win. And before that, he won the With Anticipation at the Spa very easily over the summer by a length, closing up well. I like his dirt efforts a lot. He's been training very well on this course. He's coming off a little bit of a break. He has a good post draw. All those signs point to this horse. I like him a lot, so he'll be my top pick. Another horse I like here is the 1-horse Strike Power. This 4-1 here, 3-year-old colt by Spicetown. Should definitely get the distance. Has a good post draw. Luis Saez is on this one. Luis Saez is having a career meet here at Gulfstream, I must say. This horse's most recent outing came in the Fountain of Youth. This horse finished second that day. Was second all throughout behind Promise Fulfilled, who had a very easy lead, an uncontested lead, and he was just, he set some very easy fractions that nobody was going to catch him at the end. This horse, closed up well. Was second best that day, but to win today, somebody's going to have to go after Promise Fulfilled, and I have a feeling, they're not going to let him go away with this one today. But, it's for this horse to win, he's just going to have to, take some time and, just stalk, not duel. Before that, Gulfstream, 7 furlongs in the Grade 3 Swale. This horse won easily by 2 3/4 lengths. I don't lead off the route and just had a very easy victory at the end, and broke his maiden in late December at Gulfstream by 8 lengths. Quickened up nicely, very easy victory. This horse is training also very well here at Gulfstream Park. I like his post draw, 4-1. Watch out for him at the end. So to recap my bets now for the featured 14th race from Gulfstream Park, it's the 67th running of the Grade 1 $1 million Florida Derby. Gonna go with the number 6 horse Catholic Boy. I'm also gonna use the number 1 horse Strike Power. Gonna go 6-1-8-7 in the superfecta, 6-1 in the pick 4. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 and also check out my Dubai World Cup night preview video. Good luck, everybody.